AllStar. It's one of those things that can be a little complicated, especially in initial setup. Today on HamShackTV, I've got something that's going to make that a lot easier. Stick around. Hello, everybody. Once again, welcome to HamShackTV. I'm your host, Josh NA4WX. Appreciate you tuning in. Today's episode is brought to you by Gigaparts. Folks, check out Gigaparts Rewards Plus. It's one of my favorite programs that exists out there. You get 4 times rewards points. You get a 60-day return policy. Extended warranty coverage. My understanding is it's pretty much perpetual. Also, you get the malware bites, antivirus. 50% off your first month at gigaparts.com. Use coupon code HamShackTV50, HamShackTV50. Think you're going to really like that program, especially when you're dumping thousands of dollars in the ham radio gear, right? So check them out. Maybe if you don't want a recurring thing like that, or the 4 times rewards points or something like that that's not important to you, that's fine too. If you use coupon code HamShackTV, you'll get double rewards points. I appreciate Gigaparts support. You can shop in your socks online, gigaparts.com, or you can visit their beautiful showroom there in Huntsville, Alabama, 6123 University Avenue, Huntsville, Alabama, near the UAH campus. All right. So again, today we are talking AllStar, and I've got some special guests to join us here to talk about this new development. You know, a little preface to what we're going through. I'm not a software engineer. I'm not a Linux guy. I barely know how to point and click. So video is my thing. But a lot of hams are IT folks, and that's fine too. But I spent probably about my first foray into AllStar was at Orlando Hamcation. I purchased this device right here. It is a Kits for Ham Shari Pi, and I don't have enough length to give you on wire, but this is a Raspberry Pi 4 with a Shari Pi 4U on it. And I had no idea how to set it up. So I had to make a phone call to a friend that many of you know, Freddie Mac, KD5 FMU, to help me program it. 3 hours in the hot camper doing this. I knew something had to make this thing a lot easier. So I'll bring in the crew here. Freddie Mac's here, of course, and we'll bring in Jason, Ham Radio 2.0, owner of the 43136 AllStar Hub. And then we've got Jordan Webb, NA4WX. Jordan is a software engineer by trade, and he's kind of led this solution. So we're excited to share this with you. What's up, fellas?
What's up?
Baking in the summer sun.
Yeah. That's for sure.
Yeah, we're cooking. We're cooking for sure. But, of course, we're not cooking compared to Jason in Texas. He's just, I mean, it's the depth of hell most of the time down there.
It's pea soup out there right now. You can actually take a shower by walking from the shack to the back door.
Well, cool.
Good, though. Wow, Freddie Mac has an awesome T-shirt on. I just saw that.
Oh, I didn't even notice that until now.
I still got to get
we did
fabric.
Not coordinate.
No, we did not. I love the fabric of this shirt. It's thin, but it feels good. It breathes well.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard about your shirts, Jason, is everybody loves how they feel.
Yeah.
Well, it only took me about 4 or 5 versions to get to the one that I actually liked. But yeah, it's there now. They're comfortable.
Well, that's cool. Jordan, let's start with you. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself, and let's dive into what this is.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been a ham since I was 12. I absolutely love ham radio, anything electronic. I do a lot of home labbing, and by day I'm a software engineer. Yeah, that's I've been married for 11 years. My wife and I have been together for 16. It's good. Life is great. But in software engineering, I actually really enjoy doing that. I'm not much of a video gamer or anything. I don't get on the air vocally a whole lot. I do some digital, a little bit of a FT8, a lot of Packet, and WinLink, little 90s throwback, I guess. But otherwise, yeah, thank you, Josh. Thanks for having me on. Jason, Freddie, thank you guys for being on here and meeting with me. I hope this is worth it. I really think it's going to be.
Good.
Well, if it's AllStar, it's worth it.
Right.
All right, Jordan. Well, so take it away. Do you want me to go ahead and share the screen?
Yeah, sure. That would be great.
All right, here we go.
So actually, sorry, if you don't mind, would you put up the GitHub really quick? I want to start there.
You have to change your source.
All right, I will do that. My apologies.
Do I have Jeopardy music? I do not have Jeopardy music. I need to add that.
I can almost whistle it with keeping a straight face. It's tough, though. I don't know how long I can keep that up.
There we go. Here's the GitHub.
Okay, here we go. So this is a creation that was born of people's frustration with trying to set up AllStar. I use Linux on a daily basis. I'm used to navigating config files and all the things, but most people are not. So in order to make it a little bit easier, I developed a UI. Hopefully that will be of help to some folks. So all you have to do to get started is, of course, I say all you have to do. It's really not too terribly difficult. And if you don't know how, there are guides. There are plenty of them out there. So all you have to do is grab an SD card for your Raspberry Pi and flash the HamVoip image to it, and run through a very quick setup with that. After you do that, you run this little bit of code, and then you will have my dashboard, and you will never have to touch the command line again. In addition to this being a browser accessible dashboard, it does offer a Wi-Fi hotspot. So if you power on your Raspberry Pi and you're not pre-connected to a network, say you go to Hamcation or you go to Huntsville and you need to connect to a Wi-Fi network, you plug it in, wait for the hotspot to pop up, connect, log in, and then connect it to your Wi-Fi network. So it operates a little bit more like PiStar in that sense. So anyway, yeah, let me go ahead and change back over to the terminal and we'll jump into installing and configuring this.
And folks, I have put the link to Jordan's GitHub right on your screen there. Pretty easy to access. You can also shortway it just by going to NA4WX.com. You'll be able to find a link to it there.
So this is setting up a hotspot the easy way.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
It's something AllStar's always needed, really, is when you turn it on, a nice hotspot to connect to directly so you can get it on the home Wi-Fi. That's an awesome feature.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just going to SSH into the Pi really quickly. Put your password in. Uh-oh. Did I change the password? I did change the password. So I pre-ran the HamVoip setup menu that it takes you through when you first log in. Uh-oh.
Too many. I love it when it just talks back to you like that.
There we go. Wrong password. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and click no on this. And then you'll go down to option 9, start the bash shell interface. And then you'll just go copy that little snippet of code that says on the Pi as root or with sudo. It starts with get clone. You'll just copy and paste that in here. And then you'll see that it lands on this sudo./install.sh. Go ahead and hit enter there. And this will take a couple of minutes. So basically what it's doing, it's going and fetching all of the necessary packages. By the way, this will run on a Raspberry Pi 3 or 4 or 5. It's built on a language that does not require a whole lot of processing power, so it's not going to bog down your Pi. It won't make AllStar run funny.
You know, normally HamVoip doesn't run on a Pi 5 by itself. It's like a CPU kernel or something.
Interesting.
It's been so long since I've used HamVoip, I couldn't even tell you that.
It's been a minute, but I run it on a Pi 2. I mean, Pi 02 W 3, 4, But the last I heard, unless something's changed, and it may have, I don't know that it'll run on
Surely
5.
eventually they'll update that if they haven't done it already.
No, he's
You're-
actually working on a new release.
You're probably correct because well, at least at this point, there hasn't been a new release to HamVoIP since
Yeah, it's been a minute.
22 maybe.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's solid. It works well. So,
So what about do you have something built into this for the different types of radios that you're going to connect to the Raspberry Pis, such as like either a Sherry Pi hat or the hotspot radio or like a repeater builder plug or something?
yes.
Okay.
Yes. So everything is entirely configurable from the UI.
Okay.
However, there is a preset for Sherry Pi specifically. So I actually use an off-brand. I don't know if I can. No, I can't show it right now. That's okay. I use an off-brand Sherry Pi. It was like $60 on Amazon, maybe, and the thing works great.
Let me interject here real quick, Freddie. I want you to take a look at the bottom of that. You see what this is capable of doing automatically for you?
I love automation. That's
Yeah.
what I am.
Skywarn Plus.
Skywarn Plus is the faux shizzle motizzle.
Yeah. That is true.
Yeah. So actually, speaking of that, Skywarn Plus. I'll have to go back and pull his name. I can't remember off the top of my head. I want to. Yes, Mason Nelson. Thank you. I want to give all credit where credit is due. That is a fantastic application.
Oh my gosh.
So, but yes, to answer your question, there is a pre-configured
Presets.
file for Sherry Pi. You click a button and it injects it into the config, and you're done.
Good. Good. Excellent.
Yes. Totally.
Now, as far as using a standard AllStar interface with whatever repeater you're using, whether it's CDM, whether you're using 2 CDMs or an actual repeater, you will have to still manually configure those settings. If someone wants to set it up and provide me the presets, I would be happy to load those in here, so that can be done in the future, though.
Cool.
Probably should have skipped the Skywarn Plus install for
takes
now.
a minute.
Takes it a minute,
It
huh?
does a lot, but it's in my opinion, in the long run, it's totally worth it.
I completely agree, and I am actually going to use this SD card with my Pi from henceforth, so may as well go ahead and do it. Now, I did want to mention, you can always go rerun the install.sh to update the UI. If I make any upgrades, changes, if Skywarn Plus makes any changes, or if you don't install Skywarn Plus and want to go back and do that later, you can rerun it and do all of it.
That's cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
if you notice sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say it's good that you can go back and change it if you want to.
Yes, absolutely. I wanted to make sure, because I mean, most of the time when I'm installing a new application, I will skip any add-ons and go back and add them later if it's allowed. I want to get it up and running first and make sure it works without any other potential roadblocks. So if you notice at the bottom here, it says WebSocket version 1.8.15. So the reason for that, you'll notice when we connect to nodes and when we send settings, some of the screens will refresh, but a lot of times they don't. So when a new node connects, you'll immediately see it pop up in this dashboard. There's no refresh necessary. We're using WebSockets for live data.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Okay, so that part's done. Yep, that's there. Let me share my browser. All right, so here, I'll just use the one that I have saved in here.
Before you log in, tell folks how they actually get to this particular screen.
Yeah, so I should have pointed that out. When the install script stops running, it will give you a URL, and it will tell you go to this URL and run the setup, which is what we're doing right here. This is where it lands you.
Your initial setup.
So you just do your username, password, confirm your password. And if you are watching this video and happen to miss that in the install and you closed out the window maybe, the URL will be your Raspberry Pi's IP address, :8088, :8088.
8088.
Yep.
Cool.
All right, so go ahead and create the account here and log in. All right, so now the first thing you're going to notice is node 1998 and 1999. Those are useless to us. So we're going to go over here to nodes. I looked at automating this, but there are some uses for these. I didn't want to do that. For my setup, I'm going to go ahead and delete this. And I'll go ahead and go over here and delete this. Okay, so now we have no nodes. So then I'll go ahead and go in here and add a node. Now this is where things are a lot easier than having to configure your standard AllStar node where you go into the config files. All right, let's grab my password. Okay, now you can do simplex with no status tones. I'm a nerd. I like to hear the status tones, so I'm going to turn those on. It is still simplex. If you select full repeater mode while connected to a Sherry Pi, it will actually try and do duplex. So you won't be able to get anywhere with that. Okay. No thanks. Apply changes. All right. So we should be connected to the AllStar network right now. All right, and yeah, you can hear my radio IDing. I'm going to drop this real quick because that gets really annoying. Go ahead and set my ID to 10 minutes and save. So your station announcement, you can use this text field. It does have to start with a pipe I to put your call sign. So it will CWID your call sign.
Oh, okay.
You can also, we will get to generating audio files, but you can also click this drop down and select an audio file as your station ID.
Like a voice ID if you want to do that.
Yes, exactly. So, okay, let me apply this one more time. All right. I will connect later. Let me walk you guys through the rest of this really quickly. So here's your radio configuration. You kind of already saw this. We selected the simplex with status tones. Here is where you can change radio devices if you have multiple. Now, this is a per node setting. Let me go back here. Let me confuse everybody as quickly as possible. Okay, so here's your homepage. From here, you can, type in any node number, connect to a node straight here from the dashboard. It does go to full duplex mode immediately. If there's, a want for it, I will add a listen only button here. So if you have multiple nodes in your Raspberry Pi or whatever device you're using this dashboard on, they will all show up here and you can connect to different nodes through the different boxes that appear. So then moving on, onto the nodes page, if you have multiple nodes set up in your AllStar node, meaning multiple node numbers attached, they will all show up here. You can edit them independently. If you have multiple radios hooked up to one computer, that's the purpose of this. You can run one instance of AllStar and have multiple radios attached to it with different node numbers. So right here, you're looking at just your standard setup for the node itself, the node number, which you cannot change after you add it. And that will remain that way for reasons that I don't feel like going into. That was quite a challenge to try and change the node number without messing everything else up. So, Yep, you guys saw this part already. So here's your timing squelch tail, an alternate squelch tail that can be used with Wither Plus. Transmit safety cutoff, so this will shut the repeater down if it's been transmitting for more than however many milliseconds. Yeah, 180 seconds. And then your announcement ID interval. I scrolled after I changed that last time. Then here are your tone sets. You can create different sections in the config file. That's getting a little bit more into the actual raw config. But this is to be able to select different sets of commands if you choose. Most people don't care about that.
Through that.
All right. So now to the more fun part. Let me kill that. This is where you can set your courtesy tones. As you can hear right now, November Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Uh-oh. It did it. Forgive me.
Murphy's Law, man.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yep, there it goes. All right. I'm going to have to turn the status tones off. That's a bummer. I just found a bug, and I corrected this bug already, so I'm a little bit upset about that, but that's okay.
Oh.
It'll be all right. Okay, so anyway, with status tones on, which now you will hear nothing except me talking if I key up, you can choose your status tones here, and you will be able to hear them when the repeater transmits, or the node transmits. You can customize them here. It is still using the same, kind of the same method that you program the courtesy tones in the config files, again, for reasons that I don't care to go into. So this part might be a little bit tricky to get used to, but you can play around with it and figure it out pretty quickly. And then from here, these will be custom sound files. You can upload WAV files. It will also accept MP3s.
It uploads and converts. That's a great feature right there.
Yes. It will automatically convert them for you, so the audio quality will be what is expected. And then from here, I don't think you'll be able to hear this, but you can create, in any language, just about, an audio file. It will generate it and save it to your file list right here in the app. Now, forewarning, this is a pretty old version of TTS, because the Raspberry Pi, none of the newer versions of TTS will run on ARMv7. So I had to kind of trade off, a nice sounding voice for something that worked. But we'll come back to that later, because there is a way to generate text files straight through the cloud. Yeah, and upload it here. So here's your AllStar configuration, just in case you ever need to change anything there. Another screen, you can just see all of your commands, how they're set up. You can interact with them. You can make new ones, remove old ones. You can create macros through the dashboard. Again, this is a lot of stuff that most people probably don't care about, but I did. I wanted it to be there.
There'll be a few that do, I guarantee you.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. Okay, so then we have the scheduler. This is one of my favorite parts. So you generate some audio files, and you want them to run once an hour on the hour, once an hour on, 35 minutes after the hour. You can schedule that here. You can have it run every day of the week, or, just Monday or whatever. Let's see. Yep, here's where you would add those. Now, scheduled connections. Sorry, I jumped ahead of myself. This is where you do the sound. This is where you can schedule connections. So if you're a repeater owner and you want to have your repeater connect at 6 p.m. every Wednesday to a hub for a net that goes on frequently, you can set that here and then tell it to disconnect at 9 o'clock when the net's normally over.
I'll give you a use case for this. Maybe you have a truck node like Jason has, and you're at work, and you want your you want your AllStar to connect to Jason's node before you get in your truck to drive home. This is where you would do that.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And it's all automated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So then you have your, sorry, moving on quickly. I know there's a lot here. So then you have your weather alerts. This is Skywarn Plus. Come in here, click that button to register it. I'll go ahead and do that while I'm here. Weather alerts are already on. Add Blount County, Tennessee.
Oh, I like that right there.
That is great. I didn't
Yeah.
even know it did that, Jordan.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
That's quick and
Yes.
easy.
Oh, that's
Easy
good.
peasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going for. By the way, if you guys have any suggestions, I am definitely open to them.
Got 2 or 3 already. But
I would like to see
Fantastic.
it work for ASL3.
Okay. So, yeah, I've been thinking about that. I don't think it's going to be a far cry to make it work, to be honest with you.
Ever since ASL3 came out, I pretty much left everything else behind. They've got a lot of updates. They've got a lot of things that were missing, that were just like, I don't want to say missing really, but it's like, hey, how come it doesn't have this? Kind of like good ideas that just weren't thought of, that
Sure.
the community thought of that. And now stuff is there that didn't used to be. So ASL3 has been rock solid on my server for the last year and a half. So yeah, I would like to see that. But
And there's
So-
a built-in text to speech. It's Piper, but rewrapped into ASL TTS. Just FYI.
Nice. Okay, so that's if you connect this to the cloud to be able to access your node remotely, you can use Piper to generate text files,
Cool.
which I'll show that off. By the way, I will be flashing this SD card with Debian and putting ASL3 on there. That is that is version 2 of this app.
Oh, cool.
Yes, yeah. So I'm glad that there is already a need for that out there. That's a good deal. So just running through this very quickly, you can actually set different tones for when there's a weather alert using the Skywarn Plus configuration. That's a normal thing that Skywarn Plus does. I just gave it an interface. You can
awesome.
either create a tone or use an actual audio file name, and it will also give you the all clear when all warnings are gone. Let me go ahead and do that. Okay. So moving on, this is just a small status page. Again, probably a lot of things that no one's going to ever look at unless you're techie. But yeah, here are your connection histories. So you can see, I think it's for the last 24 hours, what nodes have been connected, so on and so forth.
Like that.
And then, let's go over to system. So you can change your host name right here if you prefer. I know a lot of people don't like seeing Alarm Pi when they log into their router.
That one's always baffled me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
odd.
it stands for AllStar ARM for the Raspberry Pi.
Oh, yeah. That makes perfect sense.
that makes sense. Yeah.
Holy smokes. I never saw that.
A friend of mine that actually the person that introduced me to AllStar, we had probably a 2-hour debate over what this possibly could be for, and that's what we finally agreed on. So
Huh.
Well, it makes sense.
Probably it.
out of the air, but yeah.
Totally makes sense.
Okay, so yeah, here's where you can see your currently connected IP address, all that good stuff. If you need to set a static IP, you can do that here. Let's see. Yeah, so we're already connected to a network, so obviously it's not going to show me that I'm connected to a Wi-Fi network. However, you can click this button to scan for networks, and boom, there they are.
There they are.
Now, if you guys want me to, I will unplug the Ethernet cable after I go through the rest of the screen and show you the hotspot. That is the thing. So if you would like to see it, I'd be happy to. But moving on, so here's your radio device, right? This is, in my case, a Sherry Pi. So you can come in here and edit all of the settings that are specific to the Sherry. I'm sorry, no, these will work with any AllStar interface. So you can come in and set all the configuration however you need without having to go into the nasty text file. And while I'm here, again, receive volume should be 700 and transmit volume should be 100. So you can configure your audio straight out of the interface as well.
Like that.
Now, I will say, if you're capable of logging into the command line and configuring it with the simple USB tune menu, it does have a nice little meter on there that will show you if you're in the correct range.
Yeah.
That is helpful. Maybe at some point in the future, I'll add something like that into here. So here's where I was talking about injecting your default Sherry configuration. So if you do anything and it starts transmitting all the time by itself, or whatever the case may be, you mess it up, it's not working properly, you just come back into system and click this apply Sherry USB audio settings button, and it'll pretty much correct anything that's wrong. So let me edit this while I'm here. We're going to set this to 446.175. So this is simplex, so I am going to leave that one blank, and I'm going to set a transmit and a receive tone of 100.
Here's a question.
Yes.
Can you set a receive tone to none, to null, or no receive tone and only
Yes.
transmit?
Yes.
Because that's a big one. Sometimes you can't do that in the SA818 menu.
Yeah.
So a lot of
So
times it will default both transmit and receive, and not everybody has that use case, but I'm just really curious.
true. Yes. Yeah. So you can set that to in the configuration. It's 0000. That's why it's displayed here. That's the
Cool.
code for it. But it does work. I've actually thoroughly tested that back and forth because I had some RFI when I was on 446.15 that I was dealing with. So I went back and forth to determine what was happening. And yeah.
Welcome to
So and you can see the output here from where it sets the frequency and the transmit receive code and all that, so you can verify that everything happened correctly. So then moving on, here you can just restart the radio software or reboot the device if you need. And here is where you would go to, you can go to allstar.na4wx.com and grab a key. It is free for now. It'll look like you have to pay, but if you click the, I'll show you. If you click the button, it'll let you through. So anyway, what this will do is actually send a copy of your config files to a cloud that will let you edit them right there and send them right back to your node. Yeah, again, we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
And of course, change your password if there are any diagnostic messages, which that's normal. It's nothing to be concerned about. There is no */full in HamVoIP. So good deal. All right. I'll apply the changes. That's all for like the Raspberry Pi side of things. I know I went through that pretty quickly. Do you guys have any questions or anything?
Man, I had one, but it's escaping me now. I took in too much at once.
Right.
My apologies.
No, it's all good.
I probably should have given you guys the heads up. If you need to tell me to stop for a minute, it's okay.
No, it's all good. Show us the hotspot
followed
version, the hotspot feature, I should say.
Absolutely.
That one's intriguing me.
So let me just give it a minute here. Actually, I'll have to share my entire screen. Give me just a moment. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and connect to the Wi-Fi here so I can remove the Ethernet cable from this Pi and move it around. All right. And it says it's connected. Let's see if that's true. Yay, there we go. No more Ethernet cable. Here it is.
It's the only way to fly.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so yeah, so that's the dashboard portion that's on the Pi. Now I mentioned being able to access this from the cloud. Oh, wrong site. There we go. So I'll sign in here. Sorry if that messed you up, Josh.
Oh, it's all good.
Okay, cool. Wait, can you still see my browser?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. I'm functioning on one monitor, which I'm not used to.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
so All right, so here's my key, which I'll have to go and change after this. But I'm going to go ahead and copy that and go over here to my Raspberry Pi and nodes, edit. Oh, well, where'd I put it? No, I'm lying. It's in system. So this connects. That's right. This will connect you to all nodes on your Pi. Cloud sync on. API key. I'm going to turn this on just for the sake of displaying the functionality. You may or may not want to do that. If you're a remote repeater owner, it could be beneficial to be able to remotely reboot and edit the raw config. Could be a little bit dangerous. I am going to add MFA to this, so that will be definitely a helpful tool to keep you safe. So I've added the device. This is the cloud dashboard. You can see NA4WX AllStar node, my node number. And when you go in here, just like the other one, you can edit the nodes, radio hardware, tones and audio, AllStar network, all the stuff.
From anywhere in the world.
Yes, from anywhere in the world.
That's a nifty little feature.
Yep, and it will display all of your nodes here. You can, let's see. You know what? Just for fun, let's do this. And tone set, live and commands. All right, star 3. So this is just like using the DTMF pad. Star 3. I had to keep some of the traditional AllStar stuff in this. What is, Jason, what's your node number?
43136.
All right, let's see if we can hear it.
Node 43136 connected to node 52829.
NA4WX.
There it goes.
Sweet.
So
AC5HWB. Sweet.
very good. Hi, Jason. Good evening.
We're playing AllStar.
So, yeah, so now you can actually see all of the nodes that are connected to 43136.
Mm-hmm.
So that I thought that was kind of cool. I don't know. It might be too much. If you connect to 3 different nodes, the page is going to be, like this full, but it's fine.
It can get big.
Yeah.
So
it's like what the cloud, the bubble map looks really.
Oh yeah, I think insane,
messy when you get too many connections in there. But yeah,
definitely. Maybe I'll make that collapsible if it seems like a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it.
Okay.
I'm loving the scheduler for sure, and gee whiz, the tones and audio, Skywarn Plus. There's been a lot of debate over the years, last couple of years, about Skywarn Plus needing a dashboard, as it were. Function pretty good without it, but I guess there could be a need for it if you wanted to display something like that, showing status and whatever on a monitor or what have you. But having GUI access to configure it, totally awesome. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, agreed.
Jason, talk about your note a little bit for those that are new to AllStar, what you have going.
I with a great deal amount of help from Freddie Mac right there, we installed an ASL3. It used to be ASL. And then when ASL3 came out, and the reason, and quite frankly, and I had several HamVoIP nodes at the time, and the reason we went with ASL is because at the time, and I think this is still true today.
Delta Papa. Yeah,
you're good. So I usually answer people, but we're doing this. AllStar or ASL has a version that is specifically made to be installed on a VPS cloud server. So we installed it. I use a web hosting service that I've had for 16, 17 years called DreamHost, and you can get your own virtual private server and with its own static IP, and I can install 15, 20 different flavors of. Oh, good. Somebody else answered him. You can get you can install Windows Server, about 19 different versions of Linux on it, all kinds of stuff. So we installed, I think it was Debian 9, Freddie?
We did Debian 12 first.
12, okay.
Your old ASL 2 or ASL 1 was on Debian 9.
Debian 9, okay. So we did Debian 12 on this latest install, and it all runs in the cloud. So it's up 24/7, complete redundancy. I've got SSH and cPanel access to it, and the reason we did that, the idea was mine because I live stream every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Central Time, and I had the bright idea one time when I first set up that 43136 server to do an AllStar QSO party. While 43136 was running on a Raspberry Pi 2. And I think we got about 15 or 16 connections in there, and it went. so yeah, it was not handling the traffic, and I'm like, you know what, maybe we should upgrade this. So we totally ham nuggets that thing together several times, and it's working pretty good now. It's got a couple of Freddie. I've actually had to reboot it twice in the last month, because it stopped accepting connections again.
Oh, we may need to go in there and check them.
We may need to just go in there and we may just need to go in and run an update on it.
Yes, there's
a
handful since we put them on there.
I went in like maybe 2 or 3 weeks after we installed it that last time, and I did a sudo apt update, and it showed 0 packages ready for update. So, but that was a couple months ago. It's been some time since I've done that. So, but yeah, it's running in the cloud 24/7. I tell everyone, connect to 43136. If you're at home, if you have a mobile node, we will be using the heck out of that. Josh, I don't know when you're planning on posting this video, but I'm going to leave for drive to Huntsville a week from Monday. And it's going to be about 11 or 12-hour drive for me from Texas to Huntsville, and we'll be on AllStar the entire time. Myself, Bill, Jeremy, KB5UZD, my buddy from up here. Hopefully Tim, Grayman Poda.
Yep.
Freddie, I don't know what day you're leaving. I assume Freddie
will Wednesday morning.
Okay. Freddie will be on there Wednesday morning, I assume. So I'm trying to get KM4ACK to get he wanted to buy one at Hamcation, and they didn't have it. So I'm trying to get him on the air as well. He's interested in putting in a mobile node. So a lot of us on AllStar during the drive to and from Huntsville and here in a couple weeks. But it's great for keeping in touch while you're on the road. Mike K at MRD, he's on there. It's great for keeping in touch while you're on the road. If you call out on 652 every hour like you're supposed to be doing, but you're not getting anybody, get on AllStar and talk to us, and we'll keep you company the whole way. So that's
you can't shut us up on AllStar.
That's right. Yeah.
I know. That in the past 2 years, I've started going to all these events like you guys, and this year is when I bought this Pi at Hamcation. Mm-hmm. That was a game changer for that 12-hour ride back.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it made that 12 hours go by like that.
Absolutely.
Same with Dayton.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
it's wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So good, but everyone's welcome to connect to us on AllStar. I'm working on a video. I'll give you guys a little glimpse here. So there's been a true belief in ham radio for the last decade or so that all the repeaters are dead. All the repeaters, there's 30 repeaters around me. They're all dead. All right, good. Find one that has an internet connection, put it on AllStar, join us. Yes. And my theory is this: if you build it, they will come.
They will.
So let's connect your local repeater that is dead to AllStar, and let it hear some activity. And as people are driving around in town or monitoring from home, they're going to be like, wow, that repeater came alive for no reason. and then you're going to get a bunch of local traffic in there, and then eventually you can disconnect from AllStar and you can talk on all your local traffic if you want to. But revitalizing repeaters, that's kind of a focus I've had for a while. So
I did that with our local 70-centimeter repeater about a year and a half ago, something like that. And so I set up the automation for it to connect to certain nets and things like that, and it really brought the activity up. And I had one complaint, and one complaint is like, I don't want to talk to people in other states. I want to know what's going on here. And I said, well, I'm sorry you feel that way because it's not going to change. I don't mean to be rude, and I'm not trying to be, but our activity is up.
Exactly. Yeah. You get people complaining on both sides. Stay off the repeater.
If he doesn't want to talk to people in other states, he probably needs to move over to FRS, I would imagine.
Right.
I don't get it, but
try that.
There it is. Everybody's got their own niche.
Yeah.
Right. It is what it is.
So
cool, guys. Jordan, let everybody know real quick where they can find this a little bit easier.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can go to NA4WX.com, November Alpha 4 Whiskey X-ray.com, and you can go to the development page, or you can go to GitHub and just look up NA4WX. It's all there.
Excellent, and I'm putting that on the screen here. NA4WX, really easy website to navigate. You won't have any problems finding that the development button. So yeah, that's it, fellas. I appreciate it. Jordan, I appreciate you inventing this thing.
Thank you for sharing.
This is exciting. This hopefully will attract some folks. Not too much of a learning curve here. This makes it so much more simple. So, any final thoughts from the guys?
I tell you what, I can't wait to use it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try it out myself. Yeah. I got a bunch of stuff going on this month, but yeah, maybe in a couple weeks I can get a chance to try this.
After get past Huntsville,
right,
things will start slowing down for us a little bit.
Definitely. Maybe I'll have the SL3 ready by then too.
Sweet.
Yeah, there you go.
Look forward to
it shouldn't take very long to adapt. So thank
Jordan,
you guys.
where are you at? What part of the country?
I'm in East Tennessee. I can just about throw a rock and hit Josh's house.
Oh, cool.
I was telling Jordan before we went on, or telling everybody right before we went on air, I can fly my drone illegally, but I can fly my drone from here to Jordan's house. That's how close we are.
He has not done it to my knowledge.
900 megahertz simplex, no problem.
Oh, wow. Far out.
So, all right, fellas, we'll wrap it up. Appreciate everybody tuning in. We will see you in the next episode. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And while you're at it, go over to, if I can point at the right place, go over to Ham Radio Crusader. Give him a subscribe and a thumbs up. And most all of you already are, but go find Ham Radio 2.0 and all of his channels. He's got many channels. So, all right, everybody, we'll see you in the next video. 73 AA4WX WSCB 693.